that you mentioned, the company that developed this simply went after a proxy for health, which is health cost. So nobody should be surprised that when you use that as a proxy for health, that you might, for instance, discriminate against one group or another that might be economically disadvantaged or have less access to health care. Our book is really about how to design algorithms that don't do this sort of thing in the first place.
It touches all sorts of things that are very important to people. For instance, privacy. You can dial in more privacy, but at a cost when you're building an algorithm, piece of software.
That's right. So it's whether it's, fairness or privacy or transparency or explainability, all of these things that we would like from our algorithms, we now know how to specify those things and code them into the algorithm, so to speak. But we should generally expect that when we do that, it will come at a cost to other things like predictive accuracy. I think the good news here is that it's possible to precisely quantify these trade-offs and let stakeholders and society make decisions about the relative value of privacy and fairness versus predictive accuracy, depending on the particular application in question.
I mean, there'll be some people hearing this who say, no, I just want accuracy. Don't dial in anything else. But you're saying because of the ethical implications of these things, sometimes the balance needs to be brought.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the singular focus on accuracy is essentially the world that we live in right now. And it is, I think, largely the reason for all of the kind of algorithmic misbehavior that we're seeing documented in the paper that you mentioned and myriad other publications in the last few years.
Michael Kearns is a professor at Penn, along with fellow Penn professor Aaron Roth. They've written the book, The Ethical Algorithm, The Science of Socially Aware Algorithm Design. Michael Kearns, thanks.
Thanks for having me, David.
All right, so what you was listening there and what I caught at the beginning of that segment, I'm sorry that you guys didn't get a chance to hear it, where the algorithms are being quote unquote transparent to where it's almost an unjust system to where AI is using algorithms to where, like they were stating in the beginning of this segment, where the African Americans, regardless if they have good health insurance or not, the algorithm would choose a Caucasian person, regardless if they need the health at that place in time, or if they was in a drastic situation, they would choose the Caucasian over the African American. And they're saying that they're trying to find a way to, what you heard, that they're trying to find a way to be able to get that corrected. And that's why he used those different types of words, because they didn't want to try to make it, a racial thing. But guys, we got to understand, what we're dealing with and how algorithms are just not on social media platforms or on Google, Facebook, Twitter and everything in between. Algorithms is going to be out here in the real world, guys, and sad to say that we can't run from it. We're just going to have to, I would say, adapt to it. But hey, that's the new world order, and that's the world we're living in right now. Hey, everybody wanted everything easy access. Everybody wanted a cashless society. Well, guess what? You are being reprogrammed. So, with that being said, share this podcast right here on iTunes, Positive Flow Podcast, also on iHeartRadio. We on Spotify and Spreaker.com. And find me on YouTube at Following Yah, Y-A-H, Following Yah at 904. With that being said, shalom.